Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we're live with the Dirt and Asphalt Podcast. Along with us, a man that is very tall and drives a sport compact. Also, folks, we're going to talk about Lee County Pepsi Speedway. Man, I really messed that one up.
You did.
I did. Anyway, we're going to have special guest Carter Vandenberg on to tell us a little bit about what happened down there. All and more right now on the Dirt and Asphalt Podcast. Trent Orwig is in the house, folks. Trent, thanks for coming, man.
Thank you very much for having me.
Man. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Trent, obviously we know you drive a sport compact. Why don't you tell us how all this started for you?
Well, I was 15, and my dad raced A-mods at the time, and I think he wanted me to get into racing, and I did, and he bought a car for $800 from somewhere in Illinois, and that's how we started, I guess. Wasn't the fastest thing, but it was a good starting point. It's been 10 years now, and I'm ready for something else. We'll just put it at that.
Ever since you started racing, have you always been in the sport compact division? Have you always raced in that four-cylinder class?
Yeah. Had opportunities to buy. I know a couple years ago I was ready to buy a hobby stock. Well, we had a baby and we bought a bigger house, and so that put the damper on.
That kind of gets in the way, huh?
Yeah, well, no, but yeah, I mean.
Yeah.
I wanted to,
you can be honest.
Yeah. Financially, I wanted to race and be competitive and just still have time at home. So things have mellowed out now. So it's time for something.
Looking back on where you started in sport compacts and where it is now, what do you see about obviously rule changes, different things? What are some of the biggest things that have happened over the year with sport compacts?
Definitely safety. I still every now and then, different tracks we go to, you'll see some things that aren't good.
Considering the racetracks that you race on.
Yeah. Like I know, like used to people that they'd have just a 4-point cage in them or something. No door bars. I mean, their head would be sticking above the roll cage. Now they're strict on safety, and that's the main thing with this class is safety. And I mean, they're getting faster and faster. I don't know how they're getting faster, I guess, but they're a lot quicker than they used to be.
How do you think they compare, on lap times? Do you think they're getting close to maybe a hobby stock speed-wise lap times? Are they getting close?
It depends on the track.
Depends on the track.
Yeah, I would say. I mean, we've done this before, and they put 4 cylinders, and I think hobby stocks at Eldon, and that was just a whipping. But maybe Oski on a hammer down track, I suppose it'd be pretty close.
Yeah, I've always kind of wondered, because it seems like at Eldon, Oski, some of the faster, bigger half-mile tracks, you guys really get around there at a pretty good rate, pretty good clip of speed,
Yeah.
You guys are moving. I think a lot of times people think that, you think your modifieds and your stock car guys, they're obviously your premier divisions, but you guys really get around there, and you guys put on some pretty good racing.
Oh, yeah. Well, the nice thing about Oski is if the car's set up right, you about don't have to lift. So,
yeah.
I mean, you keep it you can hear them, they're always constant sound, so that plays a lot. Eldon, a little bit smaller. You got to lift a lot, so it's a lot slower. Oski's by far the fastest, so yeah.
We're something I kind of want to bring up too before we get too far into this is we have a lot of different race fans out there who are from different walks of different disciplines of racing and things like that. And, in different parts of the country, they don't have sport compacts or a sport compact type.
Or they call it Hornets,
or whatever,
things like that.
4-cylinder, whatever you want to call it. Can you just explain to people out there what exactly a sport compact is, like what kind of engine they run, what kind of, the car itself? Explain what it is.
Basically, any front-wheel drive 4-cylinder car, no VVT, no turbos, anything like that. So your basic Cavalier, your Neon, a Festiva if you want, that pretty much sums it up. You're not supposed to open them up and put big pistons in them and any of that, cams or anything like that. So it's pretty much it's stock or stock class. So it's supposed to be more economic, if you will, I guess.
Yeah.
The ones down south, those are some pretty quick ones. They're a whole different rule thing. VVT, I mean, run what you brung. So that's pretty much sums that one up.
And you have to have a roll cage and everything.
You have to have a roll cage.
You have to have a roll cage. You have to have a fire suit and helmet just like everybody else.
Exactly.
What about wheels and tires? Are they stock or?
Yeah, it's stock. Arrow makes a steel wheel. It's just, it's basically a factory wheel. There's no advantage to it. Aluminum, steel. Yeah, 14, 15, 16-inch wheels.
It's pretty crazy to see, when they first brought sport compacts to Southern Iowa Speedway 7 or 8 years ago, it was kind of a class that kind of struggled to get going, but it just seems like sport compact racing in general across the whole country, especially the Midwest, has grown a lot the last couple of years. For somebody out there, what to you, what is the appeal to you to driving in the sport compact division?
Money, basically. I mean, you
Yeah.
can go. To be honest, if you bought a decent car for, I mean, it sounds like a lot, but it's not. $2,500. You're gonna probably win most of that money back that year. I mean, a lot of those enduro races or mini enduros, they're 1,500 to win to 10,000 to win. You know, you go down south, there's that's a different story there. But around here, the enduros I think would be a way to do it.
Do you ever do any of these enduro races around, or?
Went to Wisconsin about a month ago and they called it a swarm, and that was open rules. There was me and another guy with the only IMCA cars there. Led a couple laps, ended up clutch went out on a restart, and went straight to the back. I pulled it in the infield, got it back in gear, went back out, started chasing. We ended up finishing 7th or 8th, I think.
Oh, that's awesome.
And even that paid $300 and some for that position, which is just crazy.
Yeah, that's good money.
It was
That's really good money.
$2,500 to win or something.
Yeah,
Well,
and see, that's even great.
That's the car right there.
Yeah.
When
yeah.
you guys, I mean, typically, what do you guys race for? $150 every night to win?
Well, yeah. I mean, it depends. Lee County's been 200. I've won 300 there a couple nights this year. Oski's been 250, I want to say, for almost all year. Eldon's 150. Just different. Usually anywhere from 150 to $200.
Yeah.
Trent, we know that you're no stranger to winning. How many championships have you won this year so far?
One. We got.
Okay.
I don't know what is breaking down with Eldon. They had it posted, and there was something wrong with it, and they're reworking all of that.
Okay.
So
Okay.
we don't know. Nobody knows what that is. Lee County, we missed it by 2 points, I think. So
Yeah, that's heartbreak right there.
had to win, and I think Brandon Rue had to get last, and we were leading, and he blew up, and we started counting cars, and there was 2 cars that pulled off right before he blew up.
Wow.
So that's how that was. It was still cool. I mean, it was fun.
Well, speaking about winning, I mean, you're a guy, you about dominated the season this year at Oski. You've won a lot of races. Just came up a couple spots short at the Boone Nationals a couple weeks ago. Do you know off the top of your head how many feature wins you have this year?
12, I believe.
12.
That's really good for
And,
anyone.
One of them being a USRA one, Webster City. We went up there early this year. And
Yeah.
That's right. I forgot about that.
Did you?
Yeah.
Do you have any idea how many? I mean, this may be kind of weird, but how many feature wins you have in your career total? Do you have
20 to 30
20 to 30?
is in between somewhere in there. We've
Okay.
counted them up. I can't remember off the top of my head. I know it's more than 20, but less than 30.
Yeah.
So
I mean, you've been the last 2 years, especially. You've been extremely fast here in Southern Iowa, and there's a lot of good sport compact guys. that run weekly around here. I mean, you got Brandon Allison, you got
Yeah.
Brandon Housley, who you race against every
Yeah.
night. I mean, it's not an easy division to win in.
it's really tough. I mean,
Yeah.
it's hands down. Oski's tough. I mean, it's hard on stuff. It's especially these little motors. You wind them up for
Yeah.
10 laps. They're not meant for that.
No, and they never get a chance to breathe. They're just on the gas all the
Yeah.
time. Exactly.
So what? Obviously, driving style wise, everything else is rear wheel drive. So is it opposite basically driving one of those? As in, to steer more your.
It just depends. I'm always tinkering on changing. We're always doing something with them, and like Eldon, for example, it was slick for some reason. It felt like the back end wanted to wash out on you. So you're turning right about as much as you're wanting to turn left, and
Okay.
I mean, I can't say for rear wheel drive. Obviously, I've never raced any, so. But it's weird. It's not like what you would think it would be. Just going down the street and just turning. They're always jumping around. It's hard to keep them straight through a corner.
So what do you prefer? Do you prefer half mile racetracks, bigger racetracks? Do you prefer the shorter 3/8 quarter mile tracks? What fits your driving style?
It's always been half mile, but
Mhm.
now it's 3/8. I've got something figured out there that if you can win, especially in this division, if you can win at Donaldson more than one race, then
What do you think of? I want to get your input on that. What do you think about getting dirt and asphalt co-host Safe Grafke in a sport compact? I think that'd be pretty entertaining.
I know it can happen.
Oh no.
You see, I think Trent's trying to tell you something.
I think
Trent did say
I feel
earlier
like
he
he's
wanted to
trying
move
to-
up.
Yeah.
This could be the start of something
Uh-huh.
special right here.
Yeah, my fiance would love me to buy a race car right now.
I think she would. I don't think she'd care.
Oh,
You have a really
I
great-
think that says otherwise.
Your
We had
fiance,
this
she's
talk.
a really nice woman, Safe. I
She
don't think
is.
she'd
You know, we
care.
had
It's a
this
lot
talk.
funner than it looks.
Yeah.
I don't know. If I get back in, I'm getting a
You just
hobby stock.
you got to make sure you don't miss those shifts.
I gotta.
Yeah.
You know what? That happened one night, Alex.
It did. It was pretty cool though.
Okay. You know what? Sometimes things just happen right.
Yeah,
I mean,
and
exactly.
that's the worst feeling in the world, too.
It is. See, he knows exactly what I'm talking about. I'm sure it's happened before.
Boom.
Yeah. See, exactly. His happened at
Yeah, let's
Supernationals.
talk about the Super
Yeah.
Nationals. I
Why don't
mean,
you tell us what it's like? Obviously, someone that's very decorated in the sport compact class,
compact though.
going up to Boone and just being in that environment. Because I went there for my first time Saturday night to the Super Nationals, and it was crazy.
Yeah.
So why don't you tell us what it's like actually driving there? You know, the mindset too.
Knowing that it's going to be a really long day, and if you participate in festivities the night before, it's rough.
I like how you put that. That was good.
I don't know. We went to bed at, I don't even remember, honestly. I slept in the bed of the truck. So
Was there some Iowa water being consumed?
There was a lot.
I got a phone call. Just keep going.
Yeah.
Stay up late, get up early, get your draw card, and
Just come on in. I'll come over to you.
start your tack, I guess.
Yeah.
Get through pre-tack and wait to see what happens. It's a long day.
Yeah, I mean, so going back to the mindset when you're getting ready, when you're strapped in the car, you're getting out on the track, mindset at Boone.
Don't touch anybody, and make a redraw spot is the way I look at it.
Okay.
I mean, they're strict. You bump somebody and loosen them up, they're going to black flag you.
Well, we hear,
Uh-oh.
folks,
He's here. He's in the
someone
house.
just entered the building.
The aliens are blaming.
We're going to call him the Superman tonight.
We got a good treat for you, boys.
We got
and girls.
another treat
Hang
coming
on,
down
good
the
to see you.
stairs. I can't believe this.
But where were you guys at?
We were just talking about the mindset of getting in the car at Boone, rolling out there.
This guy knows
Folks,
the thing.
wow.
Now we got the dog. We got everybody fired up.
Folks, give him a round of applause. We got Carter Vandenberg in there. Carter, come take a seat. We got a seat here. Bathroom's down there, buddy. Last door on the right there. Turn. Yep. Okay, he found it.
There's your exclusive dirt
There's
asphalt.
there
Trying
you
to get
go.
Carter to the bathroom.
Yeah, talk about a night. So Trent, back to Boone. Obviously, we know you got third up there. What was that like in the feature for you?
We took the green and everything went good until they threw the yellow. We got hit, broke some suspension stuff. I thought maybe I had a flat tire, but they never said anything. Kind of jarred the nerves a little bit. We took off again. I don't remember where we were running. Third, fourth, having a good run, and we had another set of cautions, and I missed second gear, which is straight back. I don't know how that happens.
I know the feeling.
And we dropped like a fly, but the caution came back out, so we got our spot back. I was just trying to keep the car as straight as I could. It was just, when I seen I was in third, there was 3 laps to go. It was hang on. I really wanted to. Them trophies are kind of cool. I knew I wasn't going to win, but third's a lot better than fourth to get a bigger trophy. So I thought, no, that's what I want.
Absolutely.
So what's it like going from obviously the half miles and stuff to a track like Boone with it being a lot wider and everything? Is that a little more daunting? Or
I feel like it's an advantage if you're driving a half-mile track all the time. You go to those littler tracks, you're going to drive it a lot harder. And some of them guys, they'll lift at the flag stand. We're all drive it in till we're halfway through the corner.
He's here, folks. Carter
Let's get
Vandenberg.
that seat over that way.
He's a man that knows how to get around the Boone
Yeah, he does.
Speedway.
Oh yeah.
Wow,
But
look at this.
Real quick, Trent. We've talked about your racing career. We've talked about what you've done, the season you've had, what you think about sport compact racing. Let's just kind of talk about your personal life real quick.
All right.
Man, we went for we want everything.
Let me rephrase that. We've met Trent, the race car driver. Let's talk about Trent, the person. What kind of things besides racing are you interested in? What do you like to do when you're not at the racetrack?
Well, it depends on who you ask. If you ask the old lady, she says it's always race cars. I'm always in the garage working on mine, or somebody else is trying to help.
I was gonna say, be kind.
I
'cause
see
we know
her
she's
on there,
watching.
No, we like to do a lot of things. Like we got a 2-year-old son, so we took him to the Omaha Zoo one weekend. I think another weekend, where'd we go? We went to Chicago to a water park. My brother lives down in Florida. We've taken him down there for a week.
Yeah.
Just try to do as much as we can at home with family and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
So
Definitely.
You have any hobbies other than racing? Like, do you like to hunt and fish, bowl, whatever?
yeah, I like to fish a lot and I like to hunt, but it seems like I never have enough time to do it.
Because
Yeah.
you're racing.
Yeah, always.
So, besides racing, actually being in the car, do you watch anything at all, or do you go to any, Knoxville, anything
Yep.
like that?
I enjoy watching NASCAR every now and then. If I do go to a sprint car race, it's Knoxville. I used to go there all the time with my uncle. Actually, would camp out there during the Nationals, so I enjoy that. I mean, other than that, we really don't. If I'm not racing, I'll go down to Donaldson or something and watch, or Memphis or Oski, But pretty much
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, definitely. So you
What's
were.
I just want to. What's your career goals? I mean, where do you want to go? You've been in the sport compact. You said earlier in the show for years. Where do you kind of want to go? Where do you want to move up eventually?
I really got to think about that now. First, I said I had to buy a bigger house. I got the bigger house. Then I needed a bigger truck, so I bought a bigger truck. Now we started thinking about a bigger race car, and I thought, well, I need a nicer trailer. Well, I just bought an enclosed trailer, so
Holy cow.
now we're thinking. I don't know. It's either going to be a hobby stock or a sport mod. I don't know yet. We'll see.
I'm sure this
We'll
guy
see
over
what
here might
happens.
be able to give you some pointers on what to get.
Oh
How
yeah.
to set her up, maybe.
So we were talking earlier.
Just don't
before,
run into him on the racetrack.
Yeah, I know. I'm
Yeah. So we
scoot over a little bit. over here.
So we were talking earlier before these two showed up. You noticed the Danny Lasowski car. So you're a Danny fan, aren't you?
Oh yeah. Yep.
Okay.
You are?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Uh,
News to me.
Steve Kinzer was another one. I remember watching a race. My uncle told me you were watching the sprint car race, and Steve Kinzer spun out or something. He did like a 360 and he kept going. I think he said I used to call him the tough man or something like that as a little kid, just because I'd never seen anything like that. But
Yeah.
it was always Dan Lasowski. That was always the guy to pull for me.
So Trent, obviously you have a lot of guys on your car that help make that thing go. We know you have a list.
Yeah, you had to write.
He's got like a 5-page list of all the sponsors that are on this car.
Well, the first and foremost is Garrett Jacobson. Garrett Jacobson with TBG Tune. I mean, he's a smart dude. I mean, 4-cylinder wise, he's the king.
Are you supposed to tune them?
Well, yeah.
Okay. I didn't know if that was part
Say
of
if they're racing, bud. You can do whatever
Well, I
you
know.
want.
I'm not saying. I mean, mine's not tuned or anything like that. But I mean, you can tune them.
Okay.
But I mean, he does it all. He'll do late models. He'll do hobby stocks, sport
Oh,
mods.
geez.
He's got
Okay.
several guys he sponsors. He's a great dude. I got Larkin Custom Fabs out of Atumwa, Schroeder Graphics, Studio 42, the Lunch Lady food truck. If you guys ever see it, stop
pretty
there
good.
and get something.
What
it's
do
great.
they sell at the lunch lady? Because I'm kind of curious now.
I am too.
Yeah, I figured you would be.
She's got a lot of things.
You know what?
Yeah.
That hurts.
They got really good Philly cheesesteak sandwiches. Big Mac fries are one of my favorite. Carne asadas. I mean,
I
there's
have
a ton of
to
stuff.
try that out.
Yeah, where are they at usually?
She's out of Eldon.
Okay.
Like I'm not sure when she'll set up next. I know she's going to go to Blakesburg for the festivities they got going on there this week.
Oh,
or
yeah,
something.
okay.
But it's
Come
really
to the
good
fall
food.
challenge.
I'll
Parker right outside, bud.
have to talk to her, she might.
You'd sell some.
Safe and buy it.
Still don't safe. That's what I was.
Tyler Moore says you need a stock car.
Yeah, he would say that. I would hate to have to beat him.
Hey, he had a pretty good run going Saturday night.
It is.
He got in the fence there a couple laps ago, but he's up to third.
He was.
He looked
Congrats,
good.
Tyler. You look good.
Yeah.
But
So he stuffed in the
I
fence.
told him not to do that.
What, to
Only
buy-
specifically said, do
buy a
not hit
stock
the
car or
fence.
don't hit the fence?
Don't
Okay.
hit the fence. And he goes out there and hits the fence.
Yeah, them race car drivers, they never listen. They never do. I've tried telling him a couple times, but he don't listen either.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
neither does he, so it's all fair. It must be universal.
No one does. You never take advice. Come on, that's part of it.
But Trent, thanks for coming on, man.
Yeah.
We really appreciate it.
Thank
You're,
you.
you're
And
more than happy to stick
Yeah,
around.
Trent's
I'm
gonna
gonna
stick
stick around.
around, and folks,
Because we got some entertainment. Now
we
the
have some
entertainment's
real
there.
entertainment
I see
here.
Dylan Van Wyck has joined Dirt
and
Asphalt.
Brett Lowry.
Dylan, you might want to stick around because you're probably going to get mentioned in this
So
conversation at one point.
real quick, I just want to go through since we had Trent here. He just raced at the Peterson Memorial. We're gonna go over. we picked our winners except for modifieds, and I'm sad to say that Alex won 3 of the 4 there. Brandon Housley won the
Just gotta be
sport
smart.
compacts over Trent Orwig.
Sorry, bud.
Logan Anderson won sport mods, and Colton Livesey blew up.
What?
Unfortunately.
Why'd you put the head in there?
Well, that's who you picked. I mean, it happens. It's,
Oh, I did. Oh,
yeah,
okay,
it's
sorry.
you know it happens. I picked Sally Scholl to win. Hobby sucks. He did not win. Dustin Griffiths won. You picked Jason C to win stock cars, and you were right. He was coming off of momentum from Boone.
He was.
Even
He
though
looked good.
he had a transmission hit him and take out 2 right side tires.
Oh, up there. Yeah, Boone, something. Gear.
That's what he told me.
transmission,
It was the transmission. Then late model nationals, real quick. You picked Chris Mann and Jimmy Owens. They both made the feature. My guy.
I know, my guy won.
I know. I can't believe it. So Alex is now tied with me.
I'm ready to go to casino now.
So something else happened Saturday. There was another race we didn't pick, and that was at the Pepsi Lee County Speedway. And our
It was.
very own Carter Vandenberg was down there, and he got the
He had a good run.
he had a good run.
going, all things considered.
He had a good something else too. So
Well,
we're not going to sugarcoat anything.
We
there.
need to set the stage. And
Yeah,
we gotta
so
talk
Carter,
about-
we're going to open the floor to you because you can tell us exactly what happened.
or what didn't happen.
Let's just hear what happened from Carter Vandenberg, folks.
Well, first off, I knew I'd be getting a phone call from you guys right after this situation.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. There's 2 incidents. Austin Becerra and Bray were racing hard, and I don't know. I thought he jumped the start. Who knows? Everybody says something different, but they ran into each other, and he broke a tie rod, and he pulled in the pits, and then the guy let him come back out on the track and hit Bray, and then tried to hit Dylan, and so he was mad. And then the number 33, I have no idea what the guy's name is, but
Yeah, can't remember either.
He,
It's Franzo is his last name.
yeah,
Something
I don't know,
like that.
but I don't know. I was having brake issues in the main. It wasn't great for me, but I got under him a couple times, and he kind of ran into my right front a little bit, and Dylan passed him pretty clean. I mean, he really didn't hit him on the last couple laps, and after the race, he ran right into Dylan, so I just pulled behind him and on the scales and got out, and he didn't say anything and got out of my car, and then he started going after Dylan. And I was like, Dylan, yeah, he just turned 18, but I'm like, Dylan, I'm going to back him up. I'm related to him or whatever. And at the time, I didn't know Becerra was trying to punch Bray, and it was just a big mess. And I'm like, I was going to try to help somebody because I'd expect that in return. But
It was a bad night to be from Oskaloosa.
yeah,
That's all I
the Oski posse had a rough night down there.
Oski Posse got roughed up and did some roughing up.
Yeah.
Because
Right.
you roughed that guy up pretty good from what we were told. Jared, thank you, Shane Harris. He's giving
Yeah.
us the inside scoop on the drivers.
Hey, David, how you doing?
Hey, David.
No, I don't know. The guy didn't have too much to say after that. He just was kind of yelling, and I don't know. It just one of them deals, but if you take it from them, they're just going to do it to you again. So.
Did you ever actually make physical contact on the racetrack?
Yeah, I got him pretty good. Oh, in the face.
On the racetrack.
I don't know. We kind of touched a little bit on the starts, but I didn't really have brakes, so I was trying my hardest just to kind of go around the bottom, but it was a good race. Lee County put on a really good show. There's a lot of cars, and it was smooth and slick, and I mean, well, I'm looking forward to going back there in a couple of weeks.
It looked like that sport mod race. It was a really good finish. I saw Bray and Sean Wyatt were about half a car length apart at the line, and Sean Wyatt just barely got him. But that was a good race.
Who was the guy that came up to Sean in Victory Lane and started screaming at him?
Probably Carter.
Oh,
No, it
I
wasn't
don't know.
Carter. It
I
was
know.
someone else. I saw the video.
I
Some
think it was
guy-
Austin Becerra.
Oh, okay.
He was
I've
wanting to
seen him
yell
down
at
there.
the official.
Was it Becerra?
I think he had like I don't know what you call it, tank top or something on.
Yeah.
A muscle shirt
So
or
you've
whatever.
raced against Austin, several
Well,
years
they're
ago in
friends.
Sport Compact. Yeah, what do you
who
think of
knows?
the whole incident?
Way I don't know. The way I looked at it was I can't from the angle of the camera, it looked like a good start. I don't want to be the one to say.
No, you're good.
I don't know.
No,
I
it's
don't know
okay.
how-
We're all friends here. Nothing. No one's gonna get their feelings hurt.
I just didn't think the 01 wanted the 22 to sneak by. That's what I thought. That's the way I think. Look at it. I don't know. That's not my place to say.
Okay. Hey, no, that's
have you,
fine.
to say.
have you ever been in the middle of a post-race confrontation before? Or?
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, he says. Yeah. Danny Thrasher, glad to see you watching, buddy.
Yeah. But Carter, I mean, I want to talk about your season real quick too. I don't want to just talk about the fight because you've had a pretty good season so far. I mean,
Make me sound like the bad guy.
well, I mean,
I don't know.
Coming-
The world's changed a lot too, because like
Whoa!
yeah, like Bobby Griner, and then they used to beat and bang, and my dad and Brad Pinkerton, and they just expected that every week. Nowadays, it's like you can't even barely touch somebody, and they're all just mad.
I agree with that
I mean,
statement.
racing's changed a lot just since I've started. And I, don't
Yeah.
know, I wasn't going to sit there.
It got interesting at Eldon. I thought we were going to see a good one between Scott Dickey and Dustin Griffiths.
yeah, that was fixing to get pretty interesting.
That was fixing to get pretty good, I thought. Trent, what did you think about that?
I can agree on that one.
Okay. There we go. But Carter, you made the big dance this year at Boone too. Why don't you tell us about the mindset making the big dance and rolling out there?
I mean, it was cool up until about Saturday when it started raining, and I just knew that starting 15th, I wasn't going to probably have a shot. I mean, it was right around the bottom, and it was super muddy, and I don't know. But we made it and finished the race, and really didn't get paid nothing, but we made it.
What's-
Well, that's kind of the theme of it.
Yeah.
You make the show and you don't get rewarded for it.
So, yeah.
So what was your mindset with the rain? Were you just like, oh, this is going to drag on forever? I mean, what do you go?
Yeah.
What mentally goes through your head in that rain delay?
Well, I knew that just when it gets heavy like that, everybody's the same speed, on a slimy track, and there wasn't much passing, so I knew there'd have to be a miracle for me to get up front, and there really wasn't many yellows. I think there was one.
And you guys were the first feature of
Yeah.
the night, so I mean, the racetrack was narrow and slimy, and
Yeah,
not much you could do.
but we didn't tear it up or anything, so I mean, I can't complain. There's 145 cars checked in our class, so
Yeah. I mean, let's talk about your season then real quick, because I know you've won some races this year. You've been really, really consistent. You've been to a lot of big races this year. Just tell us how it's been going. Tell everybody how it's been going.
yeah, we've got a lot of top fives and a couple wins. Pretty much every time we've raced, it's just been a bigger show. We haven't really raced a whole lot of weekly shows other than Oski and a couple times at Columbus. But yeah, I don't think I'm gonna be able to race this weekend. Got Cole Pettyjohn's wedding, so
You got recruited for that.
yeah.
Hey, Cole, how's that work out? You're already married. Why do you have to have a second wedding?
Yeah, come on, Cole. Get on here. You tell us. You're taking away the hometown hero for the fall
hometown
challenge.
hero.
Yeah, no, I don't know. Next weekend we might go to that Lake of the Ozarks race. It's paying $1,000 on Friday and $5,000 Saturday, and but yeah, we got top 5 at that big Stewart race and top 5 at Deer Creek. So
Yeah.
So
Very
what do,
fast at their splash.
what do you think about Mason City going to the 3/8s? Are you going to go up there and race up there, or I
Yeah.
mean, what do you think about that?
I think they only have one race next Sunday, and then they're done for the year. But next year we probably will. Todd Staley likes to put up money. He's not scared to do that. And there was 36 cars last week in the B-Mod class, so that's pretty good.
So I don't think they run sport compacts there, do they?
No, they don't run those mini mods, I think.
Oh yeah, that's right.
But
Sorry,
no,
Trent.
this off season you switched to the BMS chassis out of Kansas. I know you've been pretty happy with the results you got out of it this year. What do you think about that deal?
Yeah, that's what we look to do next year. Probably more of the same what we did this year, and maybe just travel at a couple new tracks and stuff. But I was actually just talking to him before I came here, and that's our plan for next year is to probably just keep this car since I haven't really raced a whole lot this year, and just put a couple new parts on it and new body, and I've been really happy with it.
So Carter, I want to bring up something that Trent brought up earlier. You've raced for him before, haven't you?
Yeah.
Why don't you go through the enduro race that you were in?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How many years ago was that? Couple, 3,
Was that
4?
2015, 14,
Yeah.
15?
Yeah, we went to Farley, which I never raced at Farley before then, and I've never sat in a sport compact. Really never paid, looked at them, really paid attention to it, I guess. And I don't know. We were actually doing fairly decent, and I think it overheated. Wasn't
Started with, I think you started, was there 60 some cars
Yeah.
there? You got like the last draw.
it? Yeah.
I think you were in the crack top 30, top 20-ish. It got hot. We pulled in, dumped some water in it. You
Yeah.
went back out, and then somebody hit you in the left front wheel and it broke the axle.
Yeah.
If I remember
But
right.
yeah, was it 200 laps? Or 100?
200 laps.
Yeah.
I think.
We went. I don't know.
It was over 100 laps.
Yeah. It was a long race, and they started the track muddier, and then it kind of dried out. I've never had to worry about shifting when I've raced before, but
Did you?
something new.
Did you? Since you're in the presence of greatness, and he knows all about shifting, did you miss a shift at any point during that race?
No, I don't know, not really. I mean, I kind of, like, when it would rev up, I'd kind of shift it, but I don't know if they still do that race.
I'm not sure if they do or not either.
Yeah.
So the transmission survived the event. That's
Yeah.
good.
But he broke an axle.
Well, yeah, we got hit. You were just always passing cars, lapping or yeah. I didn't know what place I was in.
Yeah,
you had
it's-
no idea.
But those
It's a
endurers
mess.
get crazy because you have to have a good person scoring for you that knows what they're doing.
Well,
They got that truck that come out there and join the race, and if you're sitting on the track, they're going to push you off.
Yeah.
So the Renault Yellows.
Not really.
No.
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 No, Mike, he hasn't, because that was only their first race since they cut the
Trent,
track.
do you want to reply to that comment?
Yeah,
that
we'll
Cody
let
Phillips
Trent reply.
there?
Cody wasn't there. He don't know.
You don't know, he said.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I just drove her a little hard, and it was a little wet, and I just drove it right into the fence. No sugarcoating it.
At least
Or
you're
drove
honest
it
about
into the
it.
fence?
Yeah.
So what kind of chassis do you have?
Well, I suppose
Because I forgot we were talking about that, and we never asked you what.
it's different. I mean, it's Chuck Fulenkamp put the cage in it, and that's
Okay.
one of the top guys. Craig Bangert's another one out of Golden, Illinois, but if you're to have a cage built, those are the two guys to go to. I mean, they're both equally good.
Wasn't there was a full in camp running?
That's him. Yep.
Okay.
Yep. He
That was
does.
him, okay.
That's the Chuck Fulenkamp.
Okay.
So those cars that you want to go off chassis or whatever for these, it'd be like a CFC built car, if you would.
Okay.
I mean, just
So
depends.
I have another question for you because I remember a couple of years ago I was down in Memphis, and
Yeah.
I can't remember. Someone had a real interesting sport compact. It was like a Volkswagen or someone. It was I think it was Barry Taft that had. Or-
Oh no, that's Josh Barnes. He's got an Aveo.
Yeah, what's up with that? Is that legal?
Must have been.
Well, if Josh is on here, he can answer that. I don't know nothing
Okay.
about it.
Because I
I'm
I
sure
just
it
remember
is. I mean,
seeing
it's
that they go on the
four-cylinder.
track, and I'm like, I've never seen anyone try that before.
It's an Ecotec. It's 4-cylinder. I suppose it's legal.
Okay, I didn't know what the set rules were. If
Yeah.
that's a legal car or because it's newer. Aveos are pretty new.
I don't think there's a rule on year.
So have you thought about trying like something other than a Cavalier? Because
I mean, if I
Housley
was
has
to-
an Ion, and we know that thing gets stupid
Yeah.
fast.
I
and
had one.
because
but-
he dominated with that Aveo that night. I remember
Yeah.
watching that thing, and I'm like, there is no way that thing.
What size engine's in your Subaru, say?
It's a 2-liter, but it's turboed.
Oh, we'll just take
And
the
it's
turbo
all-wheel
out.
drive. No, I'm not turning that into a race car.
Why not?
Because I like it.
Carter's rode in it. He said it's race car worthy.
It would be. You're correct, but it has a turbo.
I think we could do this.
I don't think we could.
Yeah.
I think it's a bad idea.
Nah, that's a good idea.
If I'm getting back in a car, I'm going into another hobby stop.
I want to get you in a sprint car, but that's just
Oh
that's
no!
a story. That's
Oh
just a dream.
no!
That's probably
Oh
never
no!
gonna happen.
Oh no! That would be bad.
See, I know that's something you've brought up to me before, Carter. I know maybe at some point down the road in
Oh,
your
here
career,
we
you've
go.
always talked about maybe wanting to move up either into a sprint car, kind of following your dad's footsteps. Is that kind of where maybe you want to go someday, or what's the goal? I
Whatever
guess?
ride I can get, I'd probably take. I definitely wouldn't be paying for it if I was racing a sprint car, but
Yeah, spoken like a true racer. But what's the plan for the rest of 2019? I know we got a lot of. You mentioned Lake of the Ozarks. There's a lot of big, good paying races still left this year. What's the goal? Where are you going?
yeah, like so next weekend try to go to Lake of the Ozarks, and then probably try to go to Donaldson again for their fall special, and then like CJ, I know has one. I don't know, probably about them three. Those are my main ones, and we'll see if I do anything else. Probably go camping and stuff with Cam and Mackenzie a little bit before it gets too cold. And
Okay.
so.
There is something I kind of want to bring up with both of you guys since you both race in Southeast Iowa, and I think we all kind of know racing in Southeast Iowa compared to other parts of the states, it's kind of been hurting a little bit the last couple years, and I would just like to get both of your guys' opinions on what you think promoters and racetracks and sponsors and whoever might be involved could maybe do to help racing in this part. At one time, this part of the state was the place to race.
Yeah, like Oski used to have 120 cars
Yeah.
easily on a Wednesday night.
What
How can
from
we
your
get that
guys'
back?
perspectives, how do you think you help improve the racing in Southeast Iowa? We'll start with you first, Trent.
I know with like Oski, I thought they did an awesome job. There wasn't a thing that I didn't see they did wrong. The only thing I can think of is finding a weekend day that nobody else is racing in the area, which is slim to none, and or try to join the 3 racetracks we have in the area, which who knows if that could ever happen. But
Yeah.
I think that would kick it off.
That idea's been
That's my
floated.
thought.
Yeah.
It's been floated a few times, I believe.
How do you feel about? I know there's been a lot of talk in the inner circles and racing around here for a long time now. You know, with the way racing is styled today, especially with the crate racing and the modifieds and everything, for what we do around here. I mean, I know there's still some open motor stuff, but what do you feel about cutting Oski and Eldon and some of these other racetracks maybe down from a half mile to a 4/10 or 3/8? Do you like that idea or not really, or how do you feel about that?
I don't. There's not. Where else are you going to go with? You're going to drive 2 or 3 hours away to go find a half mile. I mean,
Okay.
I don't feel like there's enough half miles to be cutting them down.
Okay. So you are a fan of the half mile
Yeah.
style then? You know, I kind of am too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I totally understand.
There's,
Both sides of the
plenty
equation.
of 3/8, quarter. I mean, but how
Okay.
many half miles can you go to?
Okay.
So Carter, what about you? What do you think?
Yeah, like I'd like to see like Bloomfield come back, you know, and so like you could rotate Oski, Eldon, and Bloomfield, and just have a points fund at the end of the year. Maybe just race all 3 in a row, and then 1 off week, and then 3 Saturdays in a row. But I don't know. They say they go against Burlington, but there's so many tracks around. You're always going against somebody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
How do you feel? You know, we've kind of seen a re-emergence with CJ Speedway the last couple of years. You know, they've been getting 75, 80 cars every week. You know, on a Friday night, and you know, I probably with West Liberty not racing weekly the last year or two, that's probably helped them a little bit. But what do you think? Do you think maybe you know, and obviously they have a really good points fund. Do you think that would help a lot? Maybe here at Oski or Eldon and places like that.
yeah, the main thing with Oski is I think they're just trying to run a full schedule. And like for me, I mean, if I race say a Tuesday or a Saturday, sometimes I'm like, I'm just going to go sit in the stands and watch. You know, I don't feel like messing with it and going when it gets hot and you're working, whatever. So I think, I don't know, with Oski, I think that in their situation, they just need to do every other week or every 2 weeks, and if it rains out, race in the opposite week, you know,
Okay.
because they get so many rainouts to begin with. But I don't know, sometimes you get going too many weeks in a row and people get burnt out.
Harley's given his input on what he thinks about if Oski got shut down. He doesn't like the idea. He doesn't like the idea of Oski becoming a small.
But how does that? Because you guys are both working guys. You both work 40-hour weeks and stuff. How does that? You know, Oski racing. You know, it's a midweek show Wednesday night. Does that hurt you? Help you guys? Hurt you guys? I mean, what? How do you guys feel about it? I guess is what I'm trying to ask.
Don't feel bad now that it's over. I mean, yeah,
Well, yeah.
throughout the year when you're working, I mean, it's hot where we work at. It's
Yeah.
you know every bit of 110, 120. So you go working that all day, then you go home, you rush, get your stuff ready, and just to get back get in a fire suit and get in a race car. I mean, yeah, it sucks, but I mean,
So-
it sucks at the time. Sometimes, I guess. I mean,
So you guys, and you can jump in on this too, Safe. So
Sure.
you guys like the idea of possibly Eldon, Bloomfield, and Oski kind of coming together. Maybe the fair boards, you know, getting a group of people together. You know, like Oski, we have the race committee and stuff like
Mhm.
that. Maybe getting a group of people from each racetrack together, putting a good points fund together, getting, you know, a set rules package, whatever that rules package might be, and then running maybe, like you said, you know, alternate possibly week to week
Yeah.
and so forth.
Yeah.
Between each racetrack, running, you know, like a 6-month schedule, April to October, April to September. You guys, would you like that idea? Would you support something like that?
I feel like I don't know if this is the right thing to say. I mean, my opinion doesn't matter, but I feel like
it does.
Oh yeah, it
I
does.
feel like
Everyone's opinions.
2 of the 3 tracks would probably be easier to work with than the 3rd. I don't know.
Well, I've talked.
I don't know how to put that.
I'll
in
be
better
honest.
way.
I've
Yeah,
talked to.
I feel
I've talked to a few people on the Oski Fair Board about this, and they're like, "Well, we've tried before, and I'm not going to say who, but a track did shut the idea out." And I'm like, "Well, why don't you and just the other? Even if we got 2 tracks to partner up,
Yeah.
I mean, if we didn't have a 3rd, that's fine. But if we could at least get 2, I think it would be better." I'm not going to say what track it was, though. I'm not.
Say,
Let's put it
We're
this
not-
way.
what's
Let's put it this
I'm
way.
not
I
saying.
feel like Eldon and Oski would work together. I
Oh,
could be
okay.
wrong. I'm not gonna. That's just a real.
just your opinion on things.
That's it's local. I mean, it
I mean,
sucks.
I think maybe one of the things everybody's kind of, you know, a little concerned about is, are there enough cars in southern Iowa to you know, put a series like that together where you could have maybe full car counts in each class at each racetrack each night. But I think, you know, The points fund's the biggest thing. I think you guys gotta race your money. I mean, you guys both work for a living. You both pay for your racing. I mean, you guys know how tough it is. You know, especially what you do. Tires and fuel is huge. You know, if you don't have new tires, you're not gonna win. You're not gonna compete.
Yeah.
So you have to be able to have something that you're racing for. You have to have good pay. At least make your money back for that night. Something like that.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
You have to.
So
What?
are we down?
Yeah. What? No, we're good. We're going.
The screen went away on the bag.
Oh.
That's why I was just curious. I'm not sure.
Nope, we're good.
Okay.
It's just
I got you.
ignore the screen.
Okay. Well, I was just
Anyway, so obviously we have all race fans here, and we all watch sprint car racing. I want to talk
All of
about.
us do.
well,
I mean, we do, but you don't know if everybody
No,
else
they-
does.
Trent, you can keep up still. We know Carter does. I want to talk about two guys real quick. One of them being the young Gio Selzy. I don't know, you guys probably didn't know this, but Gio went over the weekend, raced at Irwindale Speedway in a late model asphalt. First time ever in the car, and he picked up the win.
He's pretty talented.
I'd say, guys coming up in that world, I'd say he's probably got one of the best shots out of any of the drivers up and coming. Talking to him before, he wants to go into possibly NASCAR.
Yeah,
He's talked about it.
probably have the opportunity
Do you guys
to do
think that could be a up and coming racer that we could see get to that level?
Yeah, he's definitely the one. Him and the kid from Ohio this year.
Kofoid?
Yeah,
Buddy Kofoid?
and he's not even old enough to race at like Knoxville and stuff, is he?
No, he's not.
He
Cause
might be
he's,
now, but he'd be close.
I saw he's
I
looking
think
for
he's
a
gotta be
ride next
close.
year. He was wanting to go on like a touring series, like
do you think
All-Stars.
Do you think he'll get a ride?
I think somebody will give him something.
What are your thoughts on sprint car racing right now, Trent?
Not so much in the loop, like
Okay. No,
consistently.
that's fine. Hey,
consistently.
It doesn't have to be consistent. Just what do you think right now about sprint car racing, where it's at, the drivers they have, the racing that's happening? I mean, do you see that sport as a sport that's thriving really well? I mean,
Oh,
what's since you've been around it your whole
Yeah.
life? I mean, he'll get a ride.
I think somebody will
What
give
was
him
the
something.
What are
You
your
guys
thoughts
went down
on
to
sprint
Ohio.
car racing? Yeah, we went to Rossburg for the
not
King's
so
Royal.
much.
That was
That's
that's quite an
That's
event.
consistent.
You've never gone.
It's really special when you got to spend 4 days in his tent with Save.
Hey,
It makes it that
come
much
on,
better.
hey, you know what? It really
My
wasn't.
uncle went down
okay.
there. He found a hotel. Surely you guys could have got bunked
Who?
up with him. My uncle.
Well, we didn't know any of this. No one tells us anything.
Yeah.
We're the last to know on everything.
I'm not sure about that.
No, but we're really happy for Gio, obviously. I mean, seeing a kid that I think he can get it done in anything, honestly. I mean, I think he'll hit the next level in both in the sprint car world and in the pavement world and do
He'll have
quite
the
well.
opportunity. He's got money behind him. He'll have the
Oh,
opportunity.
plenty of money. I mean, they
And he's a
don't-
good kid. He's a nice guy and a good racer. I mean, he deserves it.
He does. And so another person, since I'm wearing his shirt, picked up a win with the IRA series at Beaver Dam, Bill Baylog. So shout out to that team for picking up a great win. And also, real quick, we want to thank Doug Clark for everything that he did at Knoxville Raceway. He went up in the flag stand for the last time Saturday and waved the double check and its win last time.
I'm waiting on my call
Knoxville.
in Knoxville Raceway. I'm waiting for it.
I think Justin is going to have that pretty
You
pretty
think
well
so?
wrapped up. Oh yeah, next year I forgot we're going to the Jackson Nationals.
We are?
Yeah,
Oh, that's
your
good.
brother just said we're going to the Jackson Nationals.
I guess we're going to the Jackson Nationals.
You guys ever been to the Jackson Nationals? Anyone?
These
It'll be the
guys,
first time.
you guys are busy racing. They got
They are.
races to win.
So Trent, how rest of the season? How many races you got left?
I don't know. Well, the only reason I counted up, I seen Johnny Splaw shared something with his schedule, and that was about every race that was on there when I was going to Memphis, CJ, and Donaldson. However they
So a
got us,
handful.
probably 10 maybe.
Okay. Carter.
Oski, of course.
Probably the same. Just depends what I feel like when I wake up. Like what I'm gonna
With
do.
Carter Vandenberg, that possibly means that he may wake up one day and see a flyer on Facebook. We may be headed to Texas for all we know.
Yeah.
Would you go to Texas for a race? I mean,
I was planning on it last year.
Okay.
Then well, it ended up raining out, but we wrecked the week before and destroyed that car. But yeah, I'm supposed to go to Lake of the Ozarks next week if it doesn't rain,
Yeah.
and I've never been there, and so I'm pretty excited for that.
Yeah, that looks like a fun track.
Yeah.
Oh, definitely. Absolutely.
Real quick, I want to reply to something I saw. Someone got mad at you and I, Alex,
For what?
that we
did?
weren't at Lee County, or we didn't go to Burlington. They wanted
We've been to
wanted.
Burlington this year.
I know. Well, here's the thing: people are mad that we haven't gone live from either of those tracks. One, I'm
You
going to
wanna
say
pay
this:
for it?
34 Speedway. The races we went to, one we couldn't film
Well, yeah. I mean,
because they were both
speed shift is
televised by Speed Shift, and I haven't been at Lee County all year.
I haven't either. Not this.
I haven't been there. If we weren't gonna do what we did at Eldon, I was thinking about going there until I saw they added sport mods. I'm just gonna say my opinion on this, and I really just don't care because I'm about to go on a rampage about that and Kyle Busch. So get ready because this is rampage with safe.
This gonna be a bunch of nonsense.
One, Lee County. Stupidest decision to add sport mods, and I know you made some guys upset because they showed up at Eldon. Good job to you, not supporting. Kyle Busch, quit being such a baby.
You
Unbelievable.
have
That
to
guy
admit, though,
cries and moans more than any human that I know
that post
when he doesn't
was
win.
kind of funny though. You had
That was hilarious. He looked like such an idiot. Such an idiot. He made himself look so stupid and just completely disrespected at the whole sport. I get he didn't want to talk to people. I get it was a rough night. Whatever.
I'm not a big Kyle
But still.
Busch fan, but to be fair, those were some stupid questions.
Some of them were pretty stupid, but
Like one guy asked him, "What do you think about getting into the 53 car?" It was a 52 car.
yeah, he's
They
like
didn't know what
52
car
car,
it
get it
was.
right.
That was
Like,
kind of funny.
I agree. Some of it was hilarious, but my thing is you know what? You're in that position. It's going to happen, and you just need to put your big boy pants on and deal with it.
We need Tony Stewart back in NASCAR and knock him
Oh
out.
yeah.
Yeah,
That's what
someone
my dad
needs to
said.
hit him.
My
He
dad
just
said
needs
that
to
would
get
have
hit.
been funny if Tony.
That's what I'm
He's hit.
talking about. There's a bunch of babies that just whine all the time, like on front of TV, and it's like.
Congrats to Martin Truex Jr.
You
though
know
for
about it
picking up the
local
win.
too, aren't you?
Another thing I want to bring up, I am so happy that Matt DiBadio found a ride.
You bet it, Dano.
DiBadio. I never know how to pronounce his last name, man. It's whatever. Matt, good
It's
job.
whatever. You're about like that reporter that
Okay.
asked Kyle Busch about getting in the 53 car. Then you don't even know the guy's name.
Anyway, I'm happy for Matt. He deserved that ride, and Paul Menard was 100% right with what he said when they asked who will we put in this car, and he said put Matt in it. So I don't know how you guys feel about him finding a ride. I think he's a good
Oh, yeah.
driver. I think he deserves every bit of that ride.
But these guys are thinking if you put me in that ride, I'd get her done.
Carter, do you
Usually
think you
sleeping on Sundays. I can't tell you last time I watched a NASCAR race.
I can't either.
I can tell you, I watched it Saturday night about the last 20 laps.
You did?
Yeah,
What'd you think?
just NASCAR.
That's what Facebook's for.
Yeah.
You got the recap,
Yeah.
5-minute
I know.
recap
Yeah.
the next day.
So
They're
do you-
more worried about somebody whining
So is
on
Christopher
an interview.
Bell gonna go in that 95 car? Has that been confirmed yet?
I don't know.
Okay, I
It
didn't
might
know.
be, I guess. I don't know. That's what they're thinking. But
Anyway,
maybe we ought to just call and ask him.
we should.
We probably
I'll
could.
find his
Why
number.
not?
I'll
That'd
find
be
his
like a
number.
downgrade almost, though, wouldn't it? Going
I
from
don't
winning
know.
Xfinity to a lower dollar.
It's really not though, because it's still
Joe
partnered
Gibbs
with
affiliated.
Joe Gibbs.
Yeah, so I don't know what.
Yeah, but it's not full time, is it?
Yeah,
Oh, it
it's
is.
full time.
yeah, it's a full time ride.
I don't know.
Anyway, so I'm happy for Matt. Kyle Busch, quit being a crybaby.
I wanted to.
Lee County Speedway.
The biggest reason I wanted to
Good
be
job
at
to
Lee
you
County
guys,
on Saturday
but-
night, it would be I wanted to interview Carter right after the post race.
I'll be honest. So you were up in the flag stand. I was down in the announcer booth.
I know you were on the PA.
I know. I did get on the
I about
PA.
cried when they put you on the PA.
Did I? You're good. I sound okay. Okay. Anyway, so Scott
Tony
Dickey.
Paris would be proud.
Scott Dickey and Dustin Griffiths were both over in the tech area, and after Dustin left, Scott was standing there. I about interviewed him. I really wish I would have interviewed him about what happened.
Why didn't you?
I don't know. He was pretty hot, and he put the hood back on his car and got out of there
You
as
should have
fast as he
interviewed
could.
Dustin.
I thought about it. I should have recorded what he said to
You got
Scott.
a bleep button.
That's the thing. I don't. I mean,
Do we need one?
Well, I mean, it was kind of whatever was said. You know,
Was
sorry
it-
that I blocked the diesel pump that day, Trent. So someone's apologizing for
What's that
blocking
story
it.
all about?
Yeah,
I
someone blocked a
don't
diesel
know.
pump.
I get diesel all the time, I guess. That's all right.
Okay.
I probably wasn't paying attention.
Anyway, so that's everything. That's about everything I have to say.
I
is,
just- That deal about Lee County and everything, that guy commented about us not going there and stuff is like, you know, I mean, we go to a lot of races. You know, we go all over the state of Iowa. We've been
We go
to
all
Kings
over the
Royal,
Midwest.
Knoxville Nationals. We go everywhere. You know,
Yeah.
been to Missouri, been to wherever. I go racing with Carter a lot and help him out. You know, we've been just this year been to the Harris Clash and some other races with him, and we do our best to try and cover everything there is out there, especially in Iowa. I mean, it's our home state. We
Yeah.
love. We're passionate about it. We do our best to make sure you have all the results and all the news stories and everything. Like Carter trying to knock somebody out in the tech area after the race. That's why Carter's here to give us his side of that story and about that race. I mean, yeah, we haven't made it down to Lee County this year. We'll probably make it there for their fall special coming up. I mean, I would like to, but I mean, it's nothing personal. I mean, I know Safe made it personal when he insulted them about 5 minutes ago, but
well, I didn't really insult them. I just that really wasn't an insult. I just told them I wasn't happy, and there were a lot of unhappy drivers
The
though.
bad thing is, you know, I respect Lee County. I ran there all year. They do run a good show, but when you have I'm not going to say they're struggling, but it's a small local track that's struggling to have the races they're having to get thrown in a competition over money, basically.
see, and that's the thing I don't understand about all this is because
So that's how
you know,
I-
everybody in this area, we're all in it together. You know, all these racetracks down here. I don't understand why you have to compete each other and, you know, try and raise the purses and steal cars from each other and run on the same night. I mean, we got the same group of cars running down here in southeast Iowa. You know, the same sport book,
Yeah.
the same modifieds, sport book compacts, everybody. Why not all work together to try and grow the sport and yet still profit and make
Yes.
a, you know, you got to make money. You got to be able to pay the bills for the, you know, at the fairgrounds and everything. I mean, you have to work together. I think these racetracks need to do a better job of working together instead of working
agree.
against each other.
That's
Like
the
you
only
said.
reason I got mad. I still like Pepsi Lee County. I guess
You
I
just
did.
said you
I know.
didn't.
I guess I came out really hot because it just really aggravated me.
You'll be there this fall.
I'll
You
I'll
must
probably
be-
go to the fall special there.
You must
Just
know
my
Hillary
thing.
Clinton.
No, just my thing with it is I just didn't understand. I don't get why they had to do what they did.
Speaking of Hillary, I pulled up here and I didn't know what house I was coming to because I've never been here. There's a Trump 2020, but as your neighbor, I thought it was your house. I was pretty proud, but then it was your neighbor. So,
We're gonna get one, bud.
oh, all right. Nice.
We'll have one in
Are
the
we going
yard.
to talk about politics now?
No, we're not talking
we could
about
really
politics.
go all night.
No,
if we
we're not
talked
talking about
politics.
politics. Anyway, so yeah, I mean, we got a lot of racing coming up this week. Obviously, we have 2 nights at Oski. And to any driver who's not sure if they're going to come or not, there is no entry fee at the Southern Iowa Speedway this weekend.
Yeah,
we
we've
were
got
able
the-
to pitch in, and a bunch of other people were able
Yeah.
to pitch in. Also, Alex and I have some tickets that we need to
Yeah,
get
2
given
sets of
away. We got
tickets.
2 sets of tickets, courtesy of Bill and
Bill and
Ray's.
For me and Trent,
Well,
No.
you guys going to watch? Or?
Yeah, I
Trent's
mean,
going to be
hey,
racing,
I
right?
know.
I might. I don't know.
We'll see.
Trent, don't
Friday's
do this
Friday's
to us.
up in the air.
Friday's
Don't do this to us, Trent. So we have 2 sets of tickets to give away, and so we'll be doing that
Payouts
this week.
posted on Dirt
Payouts
National page,
posted.
Southern Iowa Speedway Facebook page. It's
Again,
good payout.
it is, and again, there is no entry fee, so don't worry about that. We were able to get a bunch of people together and make sure that you guys can come down and go racing and have a good time.
And hey, maybe you never know. I mean, you know, not Donald, but Eldon this last Saturday night, a lot of guys donated at the last second, and the purse was even higher come Saturday night. So
Was
if you
that
guys
was
are
awesome.
interested in sponsoring the fall challenge, just either get a hold of us. Obviously, get a hold of Southern Iowa Speedway. I know Nathan Wood's been, you know, trying to get people
Nathan's
to
the
help
one
get
to
involved.
talk to.
Definitely, if you're interested, go right ahead. I mean, it's never too late to help add money to the purse.
And I guess one other thing, I want to thank, the Wapello County Fair Board, Elton Raceway, for what they've done for us,
Yeah, it's
allowing
been
us to get awesome videos. If you haven't watched yet, go back. We were able to get Alex up in the flag stand, and he had a bird's eye view and filmed all the races, which is just an awesome shot.
JD was not willing to let me flag one of the features. I was a little disappointed about that.
Probably a good thing. You would have black flagged everyone.
They let Colton there at Oski.
Yeah, that's
What?
kind of yeah. Yeah, they did.
Anyway.
You weren't there that night.
No.
Yeah, they got Colton up there. He
Wow.
flagged
Yeah.
the feature. He did a good job.
So we're hoping we'll talk to the Oski and see if we can get Alex back up in there to get some more awesome video. But we want to thank
All of
Elvin
our
for,
videos are on Facebook.
Yeah, they
and
are.
on YouTube. I got them on my YouTube channel. You can
The
look back and watch
anonymous
them.
guys, what Potts at the drivers meeting, you know, obviously he couldn't announce the ones that want to be
We don't know
anonymous.
either.
No, but
Oh.
here's the time to thank them. We don't know
Yeah.
who they are, but how
Yeah.
was, you know, that was awesome that they chipped in.
See,
You
that-
guys,
yeah, that was
everybody
cool.
else, whoever the others were. That was
See,
nice.
that's kind of how it
awesome.
should be. You could do
Yep.
that every week, honestly, if you really wanted to.
Yep.
Yeah, so I
Had a
mean,
great crowd, great turnout. It
they
was
did.
good.
They had an awesome crowd. Good foot race with the drivers.
Track was good.
Carter, I think you made a lot of fans.
Something I do want to bring up here real quick too,
Go
'cause
ahead.
Carter has mentioned this to me, and he said it earlier in the show, so it's not like
There
new.
we go.
But you got to explain to us what this Oski Posse deal is, because there's 4 or 5 of you guys in
That's
this Oski
true.
Posse.
That's true. No one
and I
knows.
want to hear about it. I want to hear your.
I don't know. I think we're gonna get maybe shirts next year. I don't know. Bray came up with it. It's me, my brother, Caden, and Brayton, and Dylan. So 5 of us. You know, I mean, we're not bragging about ourselves or whatever, but you know, we went around all over Iowa, and all of us have been really good this year. And there's not very many people that go all over, you know, and can run consistently. And we're thinking about, we didn't have shirts at all this year. None of us did. So thought about just making a shirts that say Oski Posse, and then on the back have the state of Iowa with our numbers in it or something. I don't know if they'd sell or not, but
I want to know
Get
this.
caught in Donaldson wearing
yeah,
one of
don't
those,
wear them in
Hey,
Donaldson.
I want to know
Hey, if you
what's
guys are
going on
interested,
with.
Oski Posse T-shirt, there you go, boys.
Yeah.
I want to know what's going on with your brother. Is he going to race again? I mean, what's the deal?
Yeah, we
what's
just-
going on?
Got his car. He just got a house and stuff, and we just got the car over there, and I think he's going to work on it this week and change a couple things, and he might go to like Memphis or something next week.
Okay.
Yeah.
Since
So he should be
we
back.
weren't sure what was going on with the young gun, and he's going to race next year, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm sure when he comes out, the guns will be firing and he'll be going.
If you guys haven't seen the Young Gun race,
Get to Oski this
For
week.
free.
No,
Right,
get to Memphis next weekend if you
the
really want
sliders
to
will
see a
get
show.
thrown. The car may
White
not,
Castle will be
the
open.
car may not turn, but he's definitely going to make it work.
Yeah.
He's a good kid.
Is and Carter, you're just having a bang up year.
That's one way to put it,
Yeah,
I guess.
I mean-
Yeah.
We're excited. We hope you have a good fall,
Yeah.
especially at Lake of the Ozarks, and just all the other races that you're going to. Trent, you're no stranger to Victory Lane. Hopefully, we see you in there some more this fall with everything coming up.
You guys got to quit doing the bet thing.
Yeah, apparently that's killing him.
Who, killing me?
No, him.
Why?
Well, every time we pick him, he doesn't win.
Well, you're. Yeah, well.
You've been just as guilty.
What do you mean? No, I haven't.
Oh, yes, you have.
I
Let's
just
see.
won everything. I'm good.
Fall challenge. You have Trent to win.
Well, they better get her done.
How's he showing up now?
Oh, that's okay.
And I picked House.
You guys will put on
Hey,
a good show.
Sorry, Trent.
Speaking of Housley, he's scared to go Donaldson and race.
Ooh, we got a call out,
We
boys.
got a call out.
Yeah.
Like Donaldson, make it down for one of these fall races.
Why do you
How about this? I'll throw in $50
Oh, God.
to either you or Brandon if you guys both show up. Whoever has the highest spot, you're gonna get $50.
Sure.
You're called out, Brandon.
You think he's watching this show?
I hope
He
so.
was earlier.
He was.
What do I get?
We're
50? What do I got to do to get $50?
And those Superman punched someone else.
No. I'm not doing that.
Win the feature with the right rear shock broken or something. Do
Yeah.
something cool.
Yeah, if you
Diesel
win with a
donuts.
broken part,
Okay.
we'll talk about it.
I was running into the wall after the race.
You know what? That's what
No.
You know, I was thinking about this, Safe. This is
Yeah.
what we ought to do. We ought to start. You know, the World Outlaws had the KSC Hard Charger Award. We need the Dirt and Asphalt.
The
Hard
DNA
Charger.
hard charger.
DNA Hard, whatever you want to call it, Hard Charger Award. We'll pay $100 in each
100?
class to come.
Whoa,
from
Honda!
class.
Holy hell! Where are you getting the money?
Kev give you a raise?
Yeah.
Apparently, okay.
$4.75 to $5 an hour. I'm ready now. I'm gonna spend her all. I'm gonna give her back to the racing community. That's what we ought to do, though. We gotta do something cool.
Yeah, we
like
should
that.
do a hard charger.
Heck,
We'll
we ought
figure it
we ought
out.
to just pay like $5,000 to come from the tail.
Yeah.
If you get $5,000 together,
Do
I will let you do that.
do
We will do it.
IOU.
Yeah, we'll write a.
I think
Here's the check. No guarantees it'll clear.
Yeah.
been good having you guys. You guys
Yeah.
are really good.
Thank you
your
guys for
input
coming on.
Thanks for the invite.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll have to
Trent,
do it
one
again
last
sometime.
thing I forgot to bring up. You're very tall. How is it getting in and out of one of those sport compacts? Well, what? He's a very tall guy.
Hey.
Sport compacts
Yeah.
are a small car, so do you have to like custom? Because
Get a good run and just jump. Hope you make it. I ripped my fire suit earlier this year, getting in and out of it. If that tells you anything.
Well, it's just interesting because
Brand new
it's
deal.
like you see like Rico Abreu. He's obviously very short, and so they have to
Yeah.
customize the car to fit him. So it's interesting going from someone that can't quite fit in a car to someone that is too big to fit in a car. Well,
I wasn't thinking about Rico there.
That's why we had. Yeah. That's tough. It's tough.
He's acting like you're Michael Jordan, like 6'9"
Yeah.
here.
How tall are you?
I don't know. Maybe 5 foot.
That is so not true. That is so not true.
6'3", 6'4", around there.
That's not
6'2".
like freakishly tall though.
That's a sport compact's not very big, man. There's not a lot of room to get in and out of those things. I couldn't make it in and out.
No,
I'm being honest.
no comment.
We weren't going to say it.
It's okay. It's the truth.
Could you get in a sprint car?
I don't know.
I bet you could. They make
Probably.
wide seats. You could get in one.
I'd like to try one.
Oh god.
If anyone's out there with a backup 305 and you have a lot of money, you don't care what happens.
There you go. Brandon Housley just got tagged. So
Oh,
he's gonna know. He just
he's
got
gonna
called
know
out.
he got called out.
Perfect.
Good job, Trent.
I ain't
You
scared.
wouldn't have to
Do you
worry
have?
about
Do
shifting.
you want?
and
Do you
stuff,
want to
though.
call anyone out? Do you have any call
Want
outs?
to call out the 33 car from
You
Donaldson?
want to call out Jeff
I
Franza?
Tell him
I
to
don't
come to the
think
half
I'm
mile.
with him.
See what it's all about.
Franza bring
I
your
ain't
car to the
gonna
half
be
mile.
there, so you can go all at once.
He can go against the rest of the Oski posse, right? Everyone else will
I
be
think
there.
Bray said he's going to Stewart, maybe.
Oh. So what about this whole Oski posse?
Nah,
You're not even gonna show up at Oski.
Yeah, that's
Dylan-
got
I mean, this ain't a
Dylan will
posse.
be
This
there.
is BS.
Dylan will be at Oski.
So
He'll
there
be
will
tough.
definitely be a show that night, then. We
Yeah.
all know the 17 car drives hard every night.
Yeah.
Drove it so hard at Boone that he took the center of the wheel out.
No, that was just because.
I know.
Yeah.
That's a
That-
weird.
that
That's
deal.
pretty impressive, though, for him. First time at Boone. To
I know, that's
put it
what
on
I'm
the front
saying.
row. Yeah. I don't know.
Trent, wasn't that your first time at Boone too?
No,
Okay, I didn't know.
no. I've been there a few years.
Was that your best finish?
That was the best finish. Yeah.
Yeah, you were close. You about had it. Those races are tough to win when you get all them cars. You know,
Yeah.
I mean, I think the guy who won's won it 2 or 3 times. hasn't
Yeah.
he? Yeah, so, I mean,
He's actually the one that won that race in Wisconsin when we were up there.
so he's
Oh,
pretty,
geez,
pretty
okay,
dominant.
he's decorated.
He's good.
Yeah.
He's good.
So,
Okay.
I mean, you got nothing to hang your hat on then.
No.
You had a good week or a good night. I guess you guys only raced one night up there, so.
It was a good couple nights.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah. Carter,
No, Michael, I did not have a
festivities?
custom car.
At Boone?
Yeah.
Not a whole lot. I mean, I helped Caden a little bit, during the week, and he did good. He made the show in both classes, and he 21st to 5th in the stock car, and just watched racing, I guess. It was good weather until Saturday.
You didn't enjoy the after the race extracurricular activities.
No, I don't need to do that. No.
We've heard of a few drivers that did.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I think a lot of people go to Boone for. And I'm sure they go to race. I think they just go to enjoy
If
themselves.
they did a breathalyzer, imagine half the field wouldn't even be racing. So.
That's probably true.
That's probably true, he says. But no, thank you guys for
So
coming
yeah,
on the show. It
guys,
was
thank
great
you so much.
conversation.
And
Carter-
Carter's
Carter
over.
just broke a die-cast car.
Oh, are you kidding me? Oh, he fixed it. Okay.
I was wanting to know where you're buying supper, because I thought when we're on the show we get free dinner.
Is that how that works?
Whoa, what?
I
No.
forgot
So
on that.
I called and he goes, "We're eating afterwards." I said, "Wherever you want to buy."
Hey, there he is. You want to call him out real quick?
Oh,
There we go.
yeah. Hey, do it. Let's do it right now.
Hey, remember, you can't be scared come these fall races at Donaldson. We got $50 on it. See who beats who. It's Donaldson though, not Oski, not half mile, none of that.
There you go,
So
Brandon.
Brandon
You have
Housley, you have to bring
been called
that-
out.
213.
good clean
213,
finish.
right? That's
Yeah.
yeah. You gotta bring that 213 down to the Pepsi Lee County Speedway, and the highest finisher between you and Trent gets an extra $50.
Why don't they just do like a 2 or 3 lap dash by themselves out there before the feature, or after the feature, or something? That'd be kind of cool. That would be kind of cool.
That would be.
Maybe at Donaldson, definitely not on a half mile.
No, we'll do it at Donaldson. That's what I'm saying. Like
We'll talk
after
to the track.
just 5 minutes ago, you bad mouthing the track. They're front.
That's not.
I know. I was giving a hard time.
I know you do that.
But no, it's been a good show tonight, guys. As I've
Yeah,
said
thank you
3
so
times
much.
now, it's good talking to you.
Oh, yeah.
We'll have
Yeah.
you both back on the show. Wish you the best of luck this fall. Hopefully, you guys get some wins. Carter's going to represent the Oski Posse and try and pick up some wins on the road yet this year, and
Trent's gonna try to pick up an extra $50.
be the best $50 he ever won.
Steve's gonna have to work Saturday now.
I already do.
Might have to work a Sunday now. They don't even open on Sunday. Have to scrub the toilet up there.
Yeah.
But
Well, we got to
Yeah.
get going to meet Rand so Steve can pay.
No.
is that how that works? I'm
That's
in.
not
Let's
how
go.
that. Oh, what?
Hey, my
No.
sister's working there. She might get us a family
How's she
discount.
What?
working there?
She did. She got a job as a
Only
waitress there.
Mexicans work there.
Oh, maybe she might be half Mexican.
All right.
All right. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, this has been your Dirt and Asphalt podcast. Thank you all for joining in, and again, thank you, Carter, for coming on and talking about your wonderful weekend. Trent, thank you for coming on and talking about what it's like being in a sport compact. So, as again, I am Safe Grafty. Along with me is Alex Wanders, and we are the Dirt and Asphalt podcast. Get your butts in the stands this week and weekend. Keep her clean and keep her green.